Mike Faust.
Welcome. Greetings. We are so glad you joined us today. I'm Judge Angel, and my co host, Mike Faust. He's close. This is Positive Impact Now. And Positive Impact Now Court is back in session. Positive Impact Now is a show about you and for you. We are giving you the chance or working to bring you insight, inspiration, and information by sharing our conversations with our guests, or as I like to call them, our expert witnesses. Our goal is to increase wisdom and daily success of our listeners and then everyone they know. We love to hear your thoughts, so please leave your ideas and suggestions on our website. Our website is www.positiveimpactnow.com. I hope you will like us on your Facebook and share what you hear on the show with your friends and family. Today we've got a great show, a lot of information and a lot of inspiration. We start off with Professor Patricia Huddleston. She has a book called Consumer Behavior, Women and Shopping. Aren't they the same thing? Our favorite occupation. We're going to discuss 5 types of shoppers. Listen carefully and decide which type of shopper are you. Next, we have a motivational speaker. He has traveled years with the great Tony Robbins. So he's going to give us a lot of hints and tips to stay uplifted. We've also got a special guest, new to Vegas, Mr. Peter Anthony, and he's going to talk about let's talk about your hair. And don't we need it in Vegas with the heat, just snapping your hair off? And also we have a special surprise guest coming on later in the show. So stay tuned. This is Positive Impact Now, and we're looking forward to motivating you and inspiring you today. Okay, we're going to start off with our Professor Patricia Huddleston, right?
Okay, we're going to just connect her in. And hello, Ms. Professor Huddleston.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. And you, Judge Angel?
Good, good. And we have our co-host, Mike Faust.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Mike.
How are you today?
We've been so excited about your book, Consumer Behavior, Women and Shopping. Is there a difference between women and shoppers?
Well, our book, yes, we interviewed lots of women of all ages and races. I wrote this book with a co-author from Australia, and we found that there are different reasons that women shop. And we came up with 5, what we call 5 shopper types. So did you want me to
Yeah, let's take them one at a time because
Okay.
you have 5 different shoppers. So I am challenging all of our listeners and viewers to decide which type of shopper are you. The first one you call grab and go.
Yeah, Miss Grab and Go, this is a woman in a hurry, and this is usually a woman who doesn't like shopping a lot. She wants to go in and be able to find the items that she's looking for and be able to find them quickly. She is happy if there are salespeople there to help her if she needs some help. And her main goal is to be very efficient in shopping, and she doesn't view shopping as something fun. She views it as something that she needs to do in order to get on with her life. And if you're a business person, you actually might kind of like this Miss Grab and Go because Miss Grab and Go is not necessarily price sensitive. So if she can find a place that she can get in and out of quickly, she will pay whatever price they're asking to be more efficient.
Professor Huddleston, actually, that grab and go type of shopper sounds more like a man.
Well, and my colleague and I, we've talked about doing a book on men and shopping because I think we would find maybe some similarities to men, or we'd probably find a Mr. Grab and Go as well. But yeah, I think that because so many women work outside the home, they're very time pressed, and so Miss Grab and Go is she's all about efficiency.
Well, that sounds okay, but how do you put the fun in it when you dash in, see the color you want of the item, pick it up, you don't care what it costs, and dash out?
Well, I honestly, there are women that we talk to in our interviews, and they really did not like shopping, and so you would kind of classify the Miss Grab and Go as someone who doesn't really like to shop. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that she doesn't like to buy, but she might be the type of woman that would like to maybe stay at home and shop online and that kind of thing.
And
So
I can really identify with that. I mean, when I go in, I know my wife is very surprised a lot of times just how quickly I can go get what I need. I know what I want when I walk in. I know where it is. I walk, I find it, I get it, I take it to the counter, I pay for it, and I leave. And it's mission accomplished for me. So I don't know if it's just being goal oriented or I don't know if it's as much a function of being busy as it is that, this is mission accomplished. I've done what I set out to do.
well, and I think you're absolutely right, Mike, that the Miss Grab and Go is definitely a very goal-oriented shopper, and I think Judge Angel is right. We probably would see a lot of men fall into this category if we were to interview men the same way we did with women.
What's the next kind of shopper?
Well, the next kind of shopper, this is sort of the polar opposite of Miss Grab and Go, and this is the lone browser, and this is a woman who she just likes to go in and look around at the merchandise, and she might spend an afternoon just walking from store to store. She might try things on if it's clothing, or if it's artworks or whatever. Just spend time looking at them, but she gets the joy out of just looking at the new trends, looking at interesting things, not even necessarily talking with the salespeople. And she it's kind of a, I don't know what the right word is, but it's a leisure activity for her, and she takes a lot of pleasure out of just the whole act of browsing in the store.
Sounds like
Now,
she's just kind of killing time.
Well, for some women it is killing time, but again, the women that we talk to, usually they actually went out just I mean, sometimes they would buy things, but they would just go out to look around and I guess maybe gather their thoughts, and they just took pleasure in that act of browsing.
I can say I know a friend who is a browser. She goes every Wednesday to the Fashion Show Mall, and for people out of state, that's a very high-end mall. She's not going to buy anything. She's going to look and to get the sense of what's in, what's new. And this girl is such a wonderful dresser. I mean, every time she goes out, we're all like, "Oh, you look so great." It really shows in her style of dress.
And you mentioned the woman that goes every Wednesday to this mall. There were a couple women in the ones that we interviewed that said that, for example, every Sunday there was one woman who went to Target, and she would go to Target and she would get a cup of coffee, and she would sit there and have her coffee and then wander around Target, and she didn't want her children to be with her, and it was just like a ritual for her. So so I think that there some women, unlike Miss Grab and Go, who wants to get in and out, these women just like to be around new things, and sometimes they buy and sometimes they don't.
Sounds like a great escape to me.
Yeah.
I advocate all women to do this. Okay, and our next type of shopper.
is the retail therapy shopper. And this woman, again, she oftentimes will shop alone, like the lone browser, but this woman has a little bit more focus. So sometimes they've had a bad day. I mean, it might be a bad day at work, or they might have had a fight with a friend or a boyfriend or a family member. And so she actually goes out to, and more often than not, they will buy something. They go out to look for something that will make them feel better. And sometimes it's clothes, but there were a number of women that said, well, you know, for example, one woman said, well, I'd never go looking for a swimsuit when I'm having a bad day, but the act of buying something, it makes them feel better, and sometimes it helps them snap out of the bad mood, or sometimes buying something sort of compensates for being in that bad mood or for being unhappy. In the book we cited an interview from a woman who one day got in a fight with her husband, and she was so funny. She said, I was so mad I jumped into my car and I shot my way through Oakland County, and and that made her happy.
Well, I relate to that. You know, rather than have an argument, go shopping. It's
That's
a great
right.
cure for whatever ails you.
Yeah.
And the next category is girlfriend time.
Yeah, what we call, well, we tried to come up with a cute name, so we call it Yo Girlfriend, but
That's
really
cute.
It's about social shopping. And so this is a group activity, and you know, it's interesting because we're seeing more and more of it as I think lives get busier, where women will sometimes actually take an entire weekend, and they'll shop, they'll go to different malls or different specialty stores, and they will shop together, but it's not, the entire activity isn't just about shopping. So, you know, they go out to restaurants, they might have a nice glass of wine, and it's really interesting because they will support one another. Like, for example, somebody might see an item that another woman in the group will like, and they'll hold it up and say, you know, hey Mary, come over here, I think this would fit you, and so there's a lot of reciprocal assistance on the sales floor, and you almost don't need salespeople when these women shop together, because they are the ones that will actually show the merchandise and a lot of times help close the sale. And this for the Yo Girlfriend shoppers, it's a bonding experience.
Does it get competitive sometimes, or are they really just helping and sharing and saying, oh, you look so great, and or are these girlfriends really competing with each other as to who's the better shopper or so forth?
Well, you know, you raise an interesting question. I think sometimes actually it does get a little bit competitive, and I can speak from experience because actually I have a group of friends that I participate in these weekends, usually once a year, and there are a couple of women in this group where, even though it's not like you keep a running tally, there are two what I would call super shoppers in that group, and they're the ones where you need extra room in the trunk for all their purchases. They don't necessarily compete for the same items, but there is a show and tell at the end of, you know, each shopping excursion, and so everybody wants to see what everyone else bought, and then it you know, everybody kind of laughs because they say, oh, so and so is winning the shopping competition today. So I think, Mike, you've hit on kind of an interesting aspect.
Absolutely. One of the things that I'm familiar with, we had a little group that would go over to Irvine, California, to the St. John's sale, and it was so popular you had to go the day before so you could get up like at 5 a.m. to get in line to get a number to go in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, but it was worth it.
Yeah, for St. John's, I imagine it was.
Well, we have, I think, one more shopper to go here. I think we need to take just a quick 30-second break, and then we'll come back and find out a little about the hunter. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. This is Positive Impact Now, KLAV, 1230 a.m. on your radio. We'll be right back.
Positive Impact Now is a show about you. Do you want to improve in areas of your health, attitudes, and most of all, your enjoyment? I'm Judge Angel. Along with guest hosts, Positive Impact Now will bring you information, coaching, and encouragement to reach your goals. Join us every Thursday from 4 to 5 for your Positive Impact Now with Judge Angel.
This is Positive Impact Now. Here again, your hosts, Judge Angel and Mike Faust.
Greetings again. We are so pleased to have Professor Huddleston from the Michigan State University talking about her book, Consumer Behavior, Women and Shoppers. So we're comparing different styles of shopping. Professor Huddleston, would you tell us a bit about the hunter before, and I'm warning you that we like to hear about your style before we wrap it up.
Oh, okay. Well, the hunter, as you might guess, is the competitive shopper, and this is the woman who always wants to get the best price and will shamelessly negotiate no matter what the shopping situation is. And this woman sees her purchases, particularly getting a low price, as sort of a win. As if shopping was a game. And I guess the other aspect of the hunter, which is kind of interesting, is that sometimes the hunter will view her purchases, particularly if it's something unique or one of a kind, as a trophy that she likes to show off to others. And I've seen women, and even in the interviews, they will describe items in a lot of detail, even if they bought it years ago. Well, I bought such and such at a thrift store, for example, and well, the tags were still on the garment, and I wore it to so-and-so's wedding. And so it's that thrill of either getting a really unique item or getting a really great price that drives the hunter.
Well, I relate to getting that great price. We have a store here that's just marvelous. It's called Kohl's, and they're like most big box stores, department stores. They mark items down every week. But then they also send you coupons in the mail each week for $10 off any purchase. It is so fabulous, Professor.
Oh yeah, we have Kohl's in Michigan too, and
Okay.
yes, Kohl's provides a great shopping experience.
Yes, that's what it is, a shopping experience. You go in, it's something that's selling for $100 down the street. They marked it down 50%, then they give you $10 to walk in the door. So it is a great shopping experience. So I'm curious, Professor, when you research women for your book, Consumer Behavior, Women and Shopping, which type of shopper are you?
Well, it depends on the situation. Most days, particularly if I'm going grocery shopping or something routine, I'm the Miss Grab and Go. But if I'm traveling, actually I'm the lone browser, and there's nothing I like better when I'm traveling to a new place is to find usually a cool downtown area and look at the local shops that are unique to the area.
Good
So I'm
idea.
sort of a combination.
Okay, good. It makes sense. Well, we want to thank you so much for joining us today. We're very grateful for your information about shoppers. So let us hear from you on our website, www.positiveimpactnow.com, as to what type of shopper are you. We've got some great bargains for you coming up on the website. Right now, we have our guest.
We have the famous, internationally known. We have a fabulous guest this afternoon. I want to thank Professor Huddleston as well. But we have a great guest joining us on Positive Impact Now today, 12:30 a.m. radio on your dial here at the Talk of Las Vegas. Mr. John Chmela, known as a motivational speaker, a high-tech guru, often referred to as Johnny Internet, and we're going to share some information with him. John, thanks for coming on the show today.
Well, Mike, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. I love what you guys are doing with this show. The fact that you're bringing out all this positive influence over the radio and trying to help people kind of get through this challenge that we've had over the last few years. I just love what you guys are doing.
It's been a rough period of time, and people are looking for relief, and I think you're one of the people around that's bringing the relief.
Well, we're doing what we can do.
Well, John, tell us a little bit about the kind of work you've done in the past, or a little bit of background, and give us a little bit of what you do.
Sure. I'm a technology guru, so I've been doing technology for 30 years. Back in the early 80s, I did a computer program to solve the Rubik's Cube, and then later I got into this thing called closing the digital divide. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, but there was a period of time that companies were trying to get online by allowing you to receive your bills via email, but they couldn't do it because only some of the people had computers. So they wanted to do it because it was cheaper than the mail, but because you didn't have a computer, we couldn't get away with doing it. So there was actually programs set up specifically to close the digital divide to get people that were disabled or older people to come online.
Hey, watch it. I want those people.
Older people like me, right? Absolutely. So, that's pretty much closed now, and now there's another digital divide, which is called social media. There's a lot of people that are using social media, but then there's some people that, for whatever reason, and I'm not going to list those reasons, aren't on social media. So there's another type of divide to be closed, and there's a whole swarm of education to be done. A lot of people hear about what can be done with social media, and you know what? It's just very confusing to a lot of people, and so they don't really know how to get started.
It is, John, basically because most people hear about social media when there's been an aberration. Something has gone wrong, a person has been hurt either physically or through their reputation. So that's what people are hearing on the news. They're saying, social media, no, I don't want that.
Yeah, there's a phobia.
But talk about the good part of social media, if you will.
Well, what's kind of neat about social media is that it connects people together, right? If you join a Facebook, or you sign up and have a Twitter account, or if you're on LinkedIn, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to start having people connect with you and ask you to be their friend on Facebook or to follow them on Twitter. And so you're connected with your friends, and that's a pretty powerful thing if used properly. What I've noticed is that most, let's say if it was an organization that wanted to start using Facebook as a social media tool to help raise customers, what most companies I see doing is they set up a Facebook page built around their business, and then they develop innovative campaigns to try to get people to go to their Facebook page and like them.
Yes.
And while that's probably a useful tool to show that you're edgy and that you're green, because you have a Facebook page, it's not really going to help grow your business, because the people that are going to your Facebook page and liking you are people that, for whatever reason, followed through on your innovative campaign. They're usually your customers already.
Okay.
So the power of social media isn't to get your customers that are already your customers to come and like you on Facebook so that all of your other customers know that you have a new customer. A more powerful use of social media would be for that customer to take your information, your business information, and post it on their own Facebook page. And now all that information about your business is being shared with all the people that like that customer.
Yes.
And then when another customer comes in and takes your information and shares it on her Facebook page, it's seen by all of her friends. And that's the power of social media. Because what happens now is, like, each time a customer walks through the door, they're like almost like a little Groupon for you. They're sending out your information or your coupons or your incentives to all the people that they know, and it's always a different group of people. And of course, if their friends respond, then they send it out to all of their friends, and it becomes viral really quick. In fact, with this whole share to redeem thing, and we'll talk about that a little bit later,
Okay.
it's actually more viral than, say, Facebook or Twitter, because people are required to share.
Okay, well, let's hear about it. I don't know anything about it. I've not heard that term. Thank you, John.
Yeah, no problem. So you want to talk about share to redeem?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd
So
love
the
to hear.
idea is, there's a code. There's actually, everybody has a smartphone now, for the most part.
Yes.
A large portion of people, especially people that are under, say, 50 years old.
And even people, they have it, they just don't know how to use it.
Right. So there's some technology out there right now that will allow you to take your smartphone and scan things, like scanning a barcode. You can scan a barcode or a QR code. There's a Microsoft tag. There's a thing called RFID. There's near
Slow
field.
down. Okay. This is not IT. This is some regular folks.
Right, absolutely.
What is the
QR code is like,
QR?
if you think of it, it's kind of like a barcode. And so, but a barcode needs a barcode scanner. But you've got a smartphone in your pocket, which kind of acts as the scanner for a QR code. So, I mean, everybody's seen them. They're all over the place. They're in magazines, they're in newspapers, they're square, pixelated codes.
With black and white, it looks spotted.
That's
what
right,
it looks
right.
like.
And it's got 3 squares in the corner. That's how you know it's a QR code. It's got 3 very, very clearly defined squares. And if you take your smartphone and you fire up your scanner, which comes with the new smartphones, and if you don't, you can download an app in 10 seconds and it's free.
And it's an app called Scanner.
There's one called QR Scanner. There's one called
QR.
Red Laser. The one I recommend is
Ah.
called Enigma. There's just a lot of them out there. And so if you do a search for scanner or QR reader, you'll find a whole bunch of them.
I have to do a little commercial here. I'm familiar with Red Laser.
Mm-hmm.
And ladies, that is a scanner that if you go in the shop and you like something, you can scan that price tag and it will tell you where that same item is located in the vicinity of that area. So you can comparison shop just by your phone without having to run to 3 or 4 stores.
That's an awesome use of a QR code. Yeah, it is. It's an awesome use of a QR code.
Okay. So the
What are some of the other uses? Are there better uses?
couldn't be better.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of times I'll go and speak to large groups about the uses of QR codes, and I usually talk about what not to do, and then I talk about, okay, what are some of the cool things? Most of the QR codes that you see, if you scan them, it'll usually open up the browser on your smartphone, and it'll take you to a website. The problem with that is the websites are usually designed to look really good on a laptop or a desktop, but they look a little crowded on a smartphone.
Right.
So clearly, if you're going to have them launch a website, you want it to be a mobile-friendly website. What we recommend is that you actually design a mobile application, so it looks like an app. When they scan the thing, it should give them lots of options, like call me, email me, go to my website, maybe show me a Google Maps directions to your location, maybe a link to your Facebook or to your Twitter, maybe your Instagram photos or your YouTube videos. There's just a lot of options, and some people have some of those things and some people have others of those things. And you should allow the people that scan your QR code to do all of those things. But the share to redeem is really cool, because what you do is, in addition to all that, you have a button called share. And the share button says, okay, whoever scanned this code, and now that you've got all my information, click share and share all my information with your recommendation to all your friends on Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn.
That sounds like that's the power right there.
Well, actually, that's a little bit of the power. The problem then becomes, how do you get the people to share it? First you have to get them to scan it, then you have to get them to share it. So what we do is we say, wherever the code is in your business, offer some incentive, like 5% off or a free glass of wine with dinner or a free consultation or something. And so they're scanning it to get the coupon.
Right.
The coupon shows up along with all the ways to contact you, but underneath the coupon, it says share to redeem. That's the power. Because they scanned it to get the coupon, but they can't use the coupon unless they pass it on to all of their contacts on social media, and now all those people have your coupon.
Which is this all sounds like a fabulous business application for those QR codes. And is there, and I suppose, and it sounds like these QR codes are really developed for business purposes. As an individual on the street, the average guy doesn't really need that. But if you have a business, and you're promoting a business or marketing a business or a service, then certainly these QR codes sound like a fabulous tool.
Yeah, QR codes, first and foremost, are a great tool for business. What my company does is we turn things into apps. So we'll turn your business into an app, and we'll have it triggered by a QR code. But I can turn your house pet into an app. I can turn your automobile into an app. And if you scanned your automobile, it might give you information on how to change the tire or change the oil or remember where I parked.
or where your puppy lives,
Right.
or if he has
Right.
needs medication.
And I can turn
how to
people
find
into
you.
apps too, right? If I'm at the club and somebody scans my QR code on my hat or on a tattoo or something, it should say maybe my Facebook information, or maybe it gives whatever information. Maybe it's just a YouTube video of me describing who I am and asking people to come up and talk to me at the club. I don't know what the app should do, but I do know that you can create apps that are actually pretty powerful for individuals as well as businesses.
That's fabulous, and that's interesting too. And I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about that. I want to wind it back a little bit, though. I want to talk a little bit more. You've done a lot of work in your past with the disabled,
Right.
and I wanted to share some information about that because I think that's a great insight to who you are and kind of what drives you in your path. And I definitely wanted to share that information with you, or with our listeners.
Well, when you say disabled, you mean techie disabled, or
Technologically
Good
disabled.
segue.
Okay, well, no.
It's a good segue. You know, to me, and this is a lot of people disagree with me here. Worked in the disability field for about 10 years. About 5 years into it, it dawned on me that disabilities, brace yourself, do not exist.
Oh, I understand. I have a degree in special education, a master's, and I had the pleasure of working in that field for about 3 years prior to going into another field. But it's amazing, and what some people label as a disability, that same kid or person can have a skill that's unreal.
That's right.
Yeah,
All we have is abilities. And if
That's
there's something
right.
that we can't do, that we're labeling a disability, we're really talking about something that has nothing to do with us. I could say that as a male, I can't give birth to a child, so that's a disability. More than half the planet can. I'm one of the unfortunate ones born with the disability of not being able to give birth to a child. But in that space, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about somebody else's ability that I don't have. Well, if I want to call it a disability, if I want to while away the hours talking about that, it's my freedom to do so. But I'm really not truly talking about myself. In the space of dropping that conversation and talking about things that I'm awesome at. And
Great.
everybody has things that they're awesome at. Terry
Yes.
Schiavo, remember Terry Schiavo?
Yes.
She was awesome. She was a like a poster child for the disability rights and the Right to Life project.
Now, this is a lady that was in Florida, I believe, and she was bedridden, and it was a big legal suit about between her family and maybe her fiance
her
or
husband, I think,
husband,
yeah.
okay, as to whether or not life support should be
Right.
pulled or should it be maintained.
And he was claiming that the level of her disabilities were so great that her life was not worth preserving. I, on the other hand, say she has no disabilities at all. She has abilities. She's a living, breathing human being. She may be brain dead. I don't know what the level of her disability was. But the fact that she was living and breathing, the fact that she was inspiring her family, the fact that she was inspiring millions is an ability that she had. And that ability transcended even what her husband had. So she was, from the ability standpoint, she was making more waves than her husband. And most people, for that matter, most people don't get to be the poster child for an international movement like Terry Schiavo did. But people saw the disability, and in the conversation of seeing disability, it exists. But if you shift the conversation, you cure the disability. And I don't care if you're talking about Terry Schiavo's brain disorder, if you're talking about paralysis, blindness, terminal illness. They all don't exist if you're not in the conversation about it.
I think of Ray Charles. I think he was a prime example. Stevie Wonder.
Unbelievable example of ability.
Multi-talented. They have more talent in that one finger.
Right. And he had great money-making potential. I mean, he had
Oh, yeah.
everything. He was super able-bodied. Everybody is. And the key is, don't look for what you can't do.
Hello.
Ask yourself the question, what is my super ability? And I don't care what hand you were given by God. If you're asking yourself, what is my super ability? Your true purpose for being here on earth will be revealed in the answer to that question.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just an aside, what do you think Ray Charles left his estate to which lack of ability?
Well, his whole life is a testament that disabilities don't exist.
Okay, what do you think he left his estate to?
Oh, who he left it to?
Yes. Okay.
I don't know.
I'm not trying to make it hard, but I just think it's such an interesting fact because because he was blind, you might assume that he left his estate to the blind, but instead he left it for hearing disability. He said it was one thing if you couldn't see, but if you couldn't hear music to stir your soul, isn't that wonderful?
Well, it's true, and,
So-
and remember, the blindness had nothing to do with him. But when your blindness goes away, you only have 5 senses, but he still had his full brain. So what my brain is being divided between my hearing, my seeing, my feeling, my smelling, and my tasting. You take my seeing away, now my full brain only has 4 things with which to deal with. So all of a sudden, blind people do make better musicians. They do make better masseuses. They do make better things that have to do with the other 4 senses, because your full-powered brain only has 4 outlets with which to use.
focus on now.
It's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
And focus is a wonderful thing. Well, we're gonna have to focus on a break for a moment. Thanks for everybody for joining us here on Positive Impact Now. We're going to be back with John Chmela in just a minute, and tune back with us for more here at KLAV 1230 AM Radio, Positive Impact Now. Thank you.
Okay. Positive Impact Now is a show about you. Do you want to improve in areas of your health, attitudes, and most of all, your enjoyment? I'm Judge Angel. Along with guest hosts, Positive Impact Now will bring you information, coaching, and encouragement to reach your goals. Join us every Thursday from 4 to 5 for your Positive Impact Now with Judge Angel.
I'm Leanne Rhymes for RAD, recording artists, actors, and athletes against drunk driving. To some, it's just not country music without hard drinking and fast driving. But real life's not a song, and in less time than it takes to play the latest country hit, someone will be killed or injured in an alcohol-related crash. So next time you're out with someone who's been drinking, don't let them take the wheel. Take the keys instead. That's why friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
This is Positive Impact Now. Here again, your hosts, Judge Angel and Mike Faust.
Welcome back, everybody. We're having a conversation this afternoon with John Chmela, or Johnny Internet, as he's been known in the past. He's been sharing a little information with us about not only technology, but also disability or the lack thereof. And I just wanted to get to a point. Now, I know when Windows 98 was released, because you had done so much work with the disabled in the past, or maybe you can clarify what that was about. You had a big part in that opening show that they did when they released Windows 98. What was that about, and what had you accomplished that encouraged Microsoft and Bill Gates to include you in that?
When Bill Gates rolled out a new operating system, especially back in the 90s when they were relatively new, he would have this gigantic, huge opening video or opening celebration party. In fact, when he rolled out Windows 95 was the first time we saw the start button. And he had the Rolling Stones out there, right? The start me
I
up,
remember that.
right?
I do remember that.
And then when Windows 98 rolled around, things were a little different in Bill Gates' life because he was under investigation by the DOJ. Well, at that time, we were working with people with disabilities, trying to show them that they could get online and that they could, kind of change the conversation. Let's talk about what you can do. So we were putting people with disabilities online, and we popped a note to Bill Gates saying, listen, whatever the DOJ says about you, all we want you to know is that there's a small group of us in Chicago that are using your open technology to transform the lives. And one of the persons that I was working with was a person that was injured on duty as a police officer. He was basically had the same injury that Christopher Reeves had. And we were working with him to show him that with the use of computer, despite the fact that your arms and legs are paralyzed and you're on a breathing machine, you can still be a pretty productive member of society. And he was using the Windows 98, well, actually the Windows 95 operating system at the time, using a lot of add-on tools that Microsoft allowed for. So when we sent that letter to Bill Gates, they got back to us saying, listen, we want to showcase this use of our product for the Windows 98 launch video. And so, it really, not only did it help sell Windows 98, but it really put the whole technology for people that are less physically able than other people. They can really use technology, and because there's so much power in technology, and there's power in you too.
Well, I think there's a very important message there, John, that you just really make the point in your own life that you can have anything you want in this world by helping other people get the things that they want. And by helping those people to use that, you were able to put yourself in a position to take advantage and grow from there. And in the technology development work that you've done now, I think that we definitely want to invite you back to share more information on that. And I think you had something else that you wanted to mention.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the name of the show is
Positive
Impact Now.
Come on now.
So I thought maybe we could bring some positive impact, because I know that a lot of your listeners have businesses that they'd like to grow, or maybe they're entrepreneurial and they'd like to start a business, especially in this time. So what I thought is we would donate to your station $100,000 worth of product that you could freely give away to any business owner or entrepreneur that wants to use that product with the social media sharing, scanning and sharing.
Oh, that's fabulous.
So,
thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let me say, one of the ways we would like to give those away, we have every 6 weeks a function for our sponsors, and you are definitely invited and to make that kind of presentation.
Absolutely.
And our listeners, they're all welcome.
Well, we're definitely going to have more information on that on our website at www.positiveimpactnow.com. We will be having John Chmela back on our show to share additional information. Maybe I'll get him on one of my Business Matters segments. In the meantime, we've got another guest coming on.
Yes, we do. Stay tuned for Positive Impact Now and find out about your hair. Let's talk about your hair.
Back in 30 seconds, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Positive Impact Now is a show about you. Do you want to improve in areas of your health, attitudes, and most of all, your enjoyment? I'm Judge Angel. Along with guest hosts, Positive Impact Now will bring you information, coaching, and encouragement to reach your goals. Join us every Thursday from 4 to 5 for your Positive Impact Now with Judge Angel.
You're listening to Positive Impact Now. The phone lines are open at 731-1230. Now, here again, your hosts, Judge Angel and Mike Faust.
Well, we are so fortunate on Positive Impact Now to have Peter Anthony. And he's new to Las Vegas. He's bringing us joy and all kind of benefits.
I want to get it right, though. Peter Anthony Wynn, I believe. Not the only Wynn in town. So that makes it easy to remember.
Yes,
Peter Anthony Wynn. That's exactly what it is.
Yes.
It's simple to remember.
What's the name of your business, Peter?
The name of our business is Let's Talk About Your Hair.
Okay.
And that's our Experience Boutiques in Summerlin. It's amazing. We have a 14,000 square foot location and an 8,000 square foot location. And they're really, really beautiful.
Where are they located? You said something.
On West Charleston Boulevard, right across from the Red Rock Hotel, right in that area, and then on Lake Mead in Buffalo.
Oh, okay. We across from the Red Rock Casino.
Yes.
On Charleston. Is it in that shopping mall that's there?
Yes, it's in Town Center Mall.
Okay.
Town
okay,
Center.
good.
Yeah,
and
it's
the
beautiful.
second one's on
And
Buffalo.
the second one's on Lake Mead Boulevard in Buffalo, next to Vaughn's.
Oh, okay. There we
Yeah,
go.
it's really cool. And
Yeah.
and the first one, we're having our grand opening Tuesday night.
Oh.
And it's going to be really, really interesting because we're bringing Nick Arrojo from What Not to Wear. He was the resident stylist there for 7 years.
Yes.
He's a
Great
friend of
show.
mine. Yeah, it was a very cool show. He's coming down, and he's going to do some people, some
Is he
consumers,
gonna do
and autographs.
makeovers?
100%. He's going to do
Okay.
about 10 of them.
Is this going to be a party? Is the public invited?
It's 100% open to the public,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's 6 to 9 at 10300 West Charleston Boulevard.
Well, we've got to say we send everyone to our website, but I have to let my posse know they're listening. Girls, come on down.
Oh, you absolutely want to come down. The first 350 people down will get. They'll be getting gift certificates with me for a makeover, which and I was one of the top-ranked hairdressers in the world as well. I've been doing this for 32 years.
Oh, come on.
And we are just stoked to be here in Las Vegas.
He started when he was 7.
He looks like Justin Bieber. Go online,
No,
folks,
no.
and check the visual.
I look
of this.
like a chubby Italian version of Justin Bieber. but it's all good.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So
Well, thank you for coming to town.
thank you for having us.
We need hair care. What kind of things do you do to make the hair healthier and stronger?
Well, I think that's a simple question,
Is
and we
it?
can use, yeah, of course, we can use all kinds of different amazing products, and we represent 4 incredible brands. Arojo, Nick's brand, is one of the brands that really works fantastic. But for us, it was more important to start with the human being
Good.
before we started with their hair. So we really looked into how can we help people feel amazing about themselves, and a visit to a salon or a spa that really caters to who you are versus what they want to give you is something that's been really successful for us as a company for the last 32 years. So we brought that to Las Vegas, and we just did something with Shade Tree. We did the largest beauty event in Las Vegas, and we took over 300 women and children from Shade Tree. We bussed them into our salon,
Great.
and we took care of them for 3 days. We did 640 services, and we did their haircuts, color, manicures, makeovers, everything that we offered. They had an opportunity to experience. And then we didn't stop there. We thought, well, that would be really cool. I can make you over once, but if I really want to impact you, and if I really want to make a long-term impact,
You teach them how to continue that
yep,
great
we
look.
gave them some products, we taught them, and we gave them gift certificates to come back 2 more times.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so we really wanted to take care of them, and I thought that
Yeah.
was important.
Very important, because you're giving them the chance to return, see it again that second time, and then that third time they're really watching.
And that
saying, how can I
confidence.
do this at home?
Yep, and it's the confidence. Confidence takes time to build.
Yes.
You know, we can help you on your way to becoming confident, but we want to make sure that we're there for you through that journey so that you always feel empowered. And I think that empowering people through working with them continually, knowing that we'll be there for you, that there's no silly question, there's no, if you don't like the product, we'll try a different product. If you don't, you know, we're always concerned about the finished result and how that integrates into your life, more so than how you're going to pay for it.
Okay, this is interesting. Now, we're going to have to recap the event coming up this week so everyone can hear it.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely recap it. 100%. The event is, we're doing a 2-day event. The first day is all education for professionals. It's Monday. It's at our Lake Mead location.
That's for the professionals.
That's for professionals. And Nick Arojo will be doing a 3-hour demonstration on cutting and color. And it's for professionals. They can go to our website, letstalkaboutyourhair.com. And you just click on the front page. There's a big banner that says grand opening, and they can register and they can come for free, 100% for free. It's generally $499 to see him in a 3-hour class. So that's a great event. And then the second day, which is going to be my favorite, that's our grand opening, and it's going to be huge and cool and sexy and fun. And we have Triumph motorcycles there from Freedom Motorcycles. We have Vespas there. We're giving away a trip to New York City.
To
for
get
2
our hair done. I
to
hope.
get your yeah, absolutely. We're actually sending somebody to Nick's salon in New York City, and obviously you could tell by my accent I'm from New York. You might have thought it was from Atlanta, but it's not. And we're really excited about that. So it's going to be a huge event. That is from 5 o'clock until 9 o'clock Tuesday night at our West Charleston location. Let's talk about your hair, right next to Albertsons.
Okay, and we've got a great person also in the studio, Gina Rose. She's going to provide us with all the details so we can put it on our website, and they can go from there to your website.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so this is going to be great. Well, we shall be there, and I'm going to spread the word on your behalf.
I need you. Thank you.
So you're saying you can allow 300 women to get in there? How many stylists
12,
do you have?
12, actually, it'll be about 1,000 people will be there on Tuesday night.
Whoa.
But our location's 14,000 square feet. We have almost room for 100 stylists.
Okay, that sounds exciting. Okay, ladies, we can get a new look, not only a new attitude, but we can change that hair, make it healthier. That's what we're going for here in Vegas with this extreme heat. People are saying my hair is just snapping off.
Healthy, sexy hair, baby. That's what it's all about. We're in Vegas.
Peter Anthony, thank you for coming to Vegas. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, we're going to have to start our wrap up now. And
That's great. Do we need to take a short break or?
okay, let's take a 30-second break.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter. Positive Impact Now is a show about you. Do you want to improve in areas of your health, attitudes, and most of all, your enjoyment? I'm Judge Angel. Along with guest hosts, Positive Impact Now will bring you information, coaching, and encouragement to reach your goals. Join us every Thursday from 4 to 5 for your Positive Impact Now with Judge Angel.
Thank you very much for joining us on our show today here on Positive Impact Now. We appreciate all of our guests.
Professor Huddleston talking about consumer behavior, women, and shopping.
And John Chmela, technical guru, Johnny Internet, with a fabulous gift for our listeners. And we're going to get back to you with more information about how to take advantage of that.
Go to that website, www.positiveimpactnow.com. All the information is there. And we also want to thank John Peter, who's moved to Vegas.
John Peter Wynn.
Okay. Who has opened 2 salons. And he's looking to open more. That's his thing. He wants, I think he said 5 to 7. So get ready, ladies. We've got to get our hair healthy and sexy. We always want to thank all of you listeners. You make it possible. And we're so appreciative. You guys are giving us good comments and suggestions. And we appreciate each and every one. So keep up the good work. Go to the website. Get some free offers. I think there's still a skincare coupon on our website. And, of course, John just left the QR. Now I know that term on there. So stay in touch with the website. Go on at least once or twice per week. And we're also asking you to like us on Facebook. And as John said, share us on your Facebook.
Absolutely. Like us and share us. And share that information with your friends and make a post, and I hope you'll participate. Like us and follow us. Thank you.
We're here every Thursday from 4 to 5 on KLAV. That's 1230 AM radio. KLAV 1230 AM radio every Thursday afternoon from 4 to 5. Again, we want to thank our guests. We want to thank the crew here at KLAV 1230 AM radio. We're also on the internet in about 4 or 5 places. So you guys find us, Positive Impact Now.
That's right, and you can listen to our show live on VegasAllNetRadio.com, and we also stream on Ustream.tv, and look us up under Positive Impact Now. Thank you again for joining us. We look forward to sharing information with you again next week. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your drive home.
And never to be forgotten, huzzah, congratulations on your great performance and behavior. We're so proud of you. Also, folks who know Keith Washington, he's in Vegas tonight at the Fiesta. Sherry Gordy presents Motown Live tonight at 8 p.m. So it's first come, first serve. You get there early. That's Sherry Gordy at the Fiesta tonight at 8 p.m. Keith Washington.
One of the most instantly recognizable voices in the world, Josh Groban, live. October 13th at MGM Grand Garden Arena. In the round, every seat's a great seat. The new album, All That Echoes, available now. Get all the info at joshgroban.com. With special guest Judith Hill. Tickets at all Ticketmaster outlets, the MGM Grand Garden Arena box office, livenation.com, or charge by phone.
Hi, this is Skip Weiser, formerly with Wayne Cochran and the CC Riders, Elvis Presley, and the band Chase. I